Hi, I'm a Sand Recap, and this is a movie to get. 47 Ronin.
In feudal Japan, Lord Asano rules his province with fairness, but Lord Kira, jealous of Asano's favor with the shogun, plots against him, leading to Asano's suicide. Oishi, Asano's samurai leader, and his comrades become outcasts and seek revenge with the help of Kai, a mixed-blood warrior.
We despise you for being different.
A narration about samurai and witches living in ancient feudal Japan opens the film. The land was ruled by a shogun, and Ronin would be bestowed upon samurai who failed their masters. The story behind the 47 Ronin must be understood before one can comprehend the legend.
Kai, a young boy, is scurrying through the woods. He gives up and plunges face first into the creek.
A group of samurai find him. The boy's back of the head has claw marks, they observe. Oishi, one of the samurai, tries to push Kai's face into the water, but Kai resists and grabs Oishi's sword.
Kai is brought to their province 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐬 by their master, Lord Asano.
Kai develops a relationship with Mika, Asano's daughter, over time. Kai is disliked by the other samurai because he is a half-breed. A mature Kai is found in the woods years later. As the samurai approach him, a massive beast bearing enormous antlers suddenly attacks them.
The beast scurries through the forest and nearly attacks Yasuno, the samurai.
As the beast passes over Kai, Kai takes Yasuno's sword and places it in its chest. Still holding the sword, it drags Kai along until the beast falls and dies.
Due to Yasuno's half-breed status, Kai gives Yasuno his sword back. Yasuno removes a portion of the animal's antler. Kai sees a white fox with blue eyes and gold eyes from a distance. After their excursion, the samurai return. Mika runs to inquire about any injuries.
Her father is aware of the person she is seeking. Kai has a wound on his back when Mika finds him somewhere else. She wipes it with a rag to treat it. Kai is aware that they cannot be together because he is a half-breed and not of royal blood.
In preparation for the shogun's arrival, Lord Kira, ruler of a rival province, visits 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐬.
Mizuki, a witch, is with him. Kai spots her eyes as she stands out among the concubines. He tells his new master, Oishi, about this. This is dismissed by Oishi as Kai being seduced by a pretty woman.
The Lovecraftian samurai, one of Kira's men, gets into a fight. Yasuno is going to fight him, but Kai and Oishi's son Chikara finds Yasuno with milky eyes. Yasuno is going to fight him. He has been seduced. Kai faces Kira's samurai in a duel wearing red armor and a mask. Kai fights him in the duel, but he loses and his mask falls off, making him visible to everyone. Samurai are given the order to kill Kai by the shogun, but Asano intervenes, asserting that this is on him. Kai is beaten to unconsciousness. At the moment, Mizuki notices a weakness in Asano. She breathes onto Kira's arm and extracts some purple liquid, forming a spider. As Asano is sleeping, she sneaks into his room and lets the spider out. Asano is captivated as it moves over his face and pours the liquid into his mouth. Asano hears Mika screaming and yelling for him because of Mizuki.
Asano cuts into his back with his sword as he sees Kira ravaging his daughter with his eyes.
As the spell wears off, Asano is subdued by other men and realizes that Kira is not attacking Mika. Asano is sentenced to death by the shogun for his unarmed attack on Kira. To ensure that his demise is as honorable as his life, he allows him to commit seppuku. Oishi is asked to watch out for Mika by Asano, who informs him that he is doing this to preserve their clan. To mark Asano's passing, a white robe-wearing ceremony is held. Kai is waking up from his beating and is not present. However, he is aware that something is off. Oishi decapitates his master with regret as Mika watches as her father inserts a knife into his stomach. The samurai are now Ronin, the shogun declares. Mika is given a vial of poison by two women so that she can end her suffering. However, she responds that 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐬 has not yet fallen. Prior to Mika's wedding to Kira, the shogun grants her a year of mourning before he leaves. Additionally, he instructs Oishi and the samurai not to seek vengeance for their master's death. For fear of retaliation, Kira orders his men to throw Oishi into the pit. Oishi is rescued from the pit by his wife Riku and Chikara a year later. He is cared for and informed that Kira will soon marry Mika. Kai has also been sold to a Dutch town and made into a slave. Kai is engaged in a fight with a large, deformed man when Oishi enters this town. To the roars of the crowd, Kai defeats the man and cuts off his head. Oishi steps in, creating the impression that a second duel is about to take place. The two engage in sword combat until Oishi informs Kai that Mika requires his assistance. They get away. The remaining Ronin are gathered by Kai and Oishi. They promise to take revenge on their master and send Kira to hell together. Oishi shows them a map and
promises to take them to a village where he will give them swords. The Ronin travel to the village of Yutu, where sword makers live, to make their journey. They won't give the Ronin any swords because they work for Kira. Kai leads the Ronin to a location where they might definitely find swords after joining them as they fight the sword makers. The Ronin are led by Kai to a temple owned by the Tengu. He used to run away from this place as a child. He promises to give Oishi swords, but he must never draw his weapon, no matter what he sees. Kai goes to the Tengu Lord, a man with a snake-like face, to talk to him. The master tells him to simply take the sword that is stuck in the ground when he requests it. While Oishi is in the same room as the other Tengu, he begins to make fun of Kai about his childhood. Oishi watches as the Tengu attack his men as one Ronin pulls out his sword, but he never draws his weapon. Kai engages in combat with the master until he grabs the sword and nearly cuts off his head. Kai locates Oishi and informs him that he has been granted their swords due to his passing the test and never using it. His men are safe because what he saw was an illusion.
Mizuki sneaks into a nearby village while pretending to be a geisha.
Before the Ronin arrive at this village and are ambushed, she seduces a companion.
While Kira's men join the fight, Mizuki uses her fire powers to attack the Ronin.
Some of the Ronin are killed when the Lovecraftian samurai steps in, while others are burned to death.
She takes Oishi's sword and flees as soon as it appears that the majority of the Ronin have been eliminated. The remaining Ronin are cared for by Kai and Oishi.
Basho, a fat Ronin, tells Kai that as a child he would hit him with stones. Kai claims that he saw his belly sticking out from behind the trees, so he knew it was him. Before passing away, Basho offers him an apology.
Oishi is disappointed that they did not pursue Kira after their master's death. While Mika is sleeping, Mizuki goes to her room.
She teases her by claiming that Kai, Oishi, and the other Ronin have died. Despite Mika's assurance that she will not harm her, Mizuki hands her a knife and promises not to. Yasuno thanks Kai for saving him from the beast and apologizes to him for his disrespect before the Ronin make their final stand. He bows to him and gives him a sword. In order to remember what they will do in honor of their master, they and the rest of the Ronin then sign their names on a scroll and mark it with their blood.
Now we are 47, declares Oishi. They meet a group of performers on their way back to 𝐒𝐚𝐿.
From their previous visit to 𝐒𝐚𝐿, they are familiar with Oishi and the Ronin. Oishi begs for their assistance.
As Kira and Mika's wedding gets ready to begin, Kai and Oishi sneak into 𝐒𝐚𝐿 with the performers. The remaining Ronin enter by snatching Kira's guards by scaling the walls.
Oishi is disguised for a performance. Before a fight breaks out between his men and the Ronin, he moves closer to Kira.
While Kira and Mika run away, the Ronin retaliate with an attack. Mizuki disappears among the chaos.
Until a Ronin throws a bomb, the Lovecraftian samurai continues their assault.
The massive samurai is destroyed when it explodes. She lunges at Kira with the knife Mizuki gave her while Kira and Mika are running.
Mika has the opportunity to flee when a number of security guards appear on the scene.
Oishi locates Kira and initiates combat with him. Kai reunites with Mika and gives her a warm embrace. Mizuki has cornered them.
Despite her assertion that he ought to be, Kai claims that he is not afraid of her. She then transforms into a massive dragon that resembles a serpent, lunging at Kai as he draws his sword to fight her. She nearly kills him multiple times until she believes she has.
Kai grabs his sword just in time to strike Mizuki in the head as he sees Mizuki getting ready to kill Mika.
Before she dies, she returns to her human form.
Oishi's fight with Kira ends in a room somewhere else.
Oishi says to Kira, "Know now the depth of my master's courage," while holding a knife to her stomach.
He then stabs Kira with the knife and decapitates him. The battle is over when Oishi shows everyone Kira's severed head.
After avenging Lord Asano's death and allowing him to rest in peace, the Ronin travel to his grave. Oishi confesses his crimes in a conversation with the shogun. He only requests respect for his men's actions. Even though the shogun says that they deserve to be hanged for their crimes, he admires how honorably they killed Lord Asano. He allows them to kill themselves in good conscience.
Mika and Oishi shed a tear.
Before Kai must die, they spend one last moment together.
They promise that they will meet again in the next life. They give one final kiss. The Ronin seppuku ceremony takes place. In order for Chikara to continue Oishi's lineage, the shogun exposes him but allows him to live. As he inserts the knife into his stomach, Kai and Mika exchange one final glance. Later, Mika is on a bridge reading a message from Kai, in which he reiterates his promise to her that he will seek her out in the next world she finds herself in. According to the narrator, generations have been influenced by the 47 Ronin legend. According to the text at the end, thousands of people visit the Ronin's graves on December 14th to remember what they did. Their tale serves as the basis for the film.